Those who are teaching in 9th and 10th, please raise your hands. Today you are a mixed bunch. Okay. So usually what writing things come in exam? Yes. Yes.
Notice writing.
Story also? Yes. Yes. So how do you guide your children? Yes. What they know. First you ask them. Then you guide and give tips on that.
If we talk about letter writing, so we ask them that have you ever written letter to someone? They mostly say that they have written letter to principal because in this era no one is writing letter. So then we are teaching them the types of letter that we have. Then in the syllabus, which letter they have to go through. Then after explaining the letter, what kind of language is used in the letter, how much you have to stick to the words, these all things are explained to them. After that, the format is shared of the letter with them. And after that, 1 or 2 letters we are giving
in the story. I'll give you emotions in groups. We'll divide groups, equal groups, and I'll give you one emotion for each group. And you have to create a story. So you have to study this very carefully because you yourself have to do it. So whatever emotion I'll give you, first of all you have to imagine
the roller coaster leading up to the highest peak. The most exciting, intense, or important part of the story is called the climax. This is where the story comes to a head and the roller coaster drops off the peak, making your stomach turn with excitement. The falling action is the downward path towards the end of our roller coaster ride. Here, the author begins to work out things from the climax.
8. We have 8 groups, so we need 8 emotions. For group number 1, it's happiness. So you have to create a story on happiness. For group number 2, it's anger. Group number 3, it's disgust. What is disgust?
नहीं तो अपन ट्विस्ट देंगे ना but suddenly in front of their car an obstacle came in front of them. A mountain was broken in the huge rock came down.
So no negativity, only positivity.
हाँ तो अपन इसको पॉजिटिव करेंगे ना सर.
A child was asking for 1 crore rupee.
Inside your bags, do you allow your children to use mobiles in class?
No, ma'am.
So we should also be role models.
Thank you. Sorry for that.
No digital cheating. Keep it inside. Switch it off. Some phone is coming. If it's not too urgent, please power off and keep it inside. Or put it on silent mode, keep it inside. Inside your bag.
मेरा तो दे दो.
उसकी मदद करने के बाद में उसको हैप्पीनेस फील होता है.
bags. Should I keep it in front?
Relief letter.
You people don't have bags. Separate candidates should tell that, and one can finally narrate the story. So like that you have to do the presentation. Is it clear? Any questions? So we'll invite group number 8. Just a minute, sir. Face this.
Venkata Muthuswami Iyer, and his grandfather's name is Chinnaswamy Muthuswamy Venkata Prasad Iyer, and one fine lady teacher, Aishwarya.
So there was a boy named Chinnaswamy Muthuswamy Iyer. Actually, his father was in the army, so they were transferred to Madras, Chennai. There he got admitted into a new school, and the name of the school is Gurukul, and the motto of the school is Parampara, Pratishta or Anushasana. As he was not familiar with the new language and culture, he finds himself very isolated there. He wanted to make friends, but he was afraid to take any initiative for it. फिर उसकी ज़िंदगी में ऐश्वर्या है. ऐश्वर्या उसकी मैम का नाम है वैसे. So by this Aishwarya ma'am, who was his new class teacher, she finds that Muthuswamy is not comfortable with the other class, which is directly or indirectly affecting his academic performance. But another thing is that once when he was going to home after the completion of his school, he found one of his companion lying on the ground, suffering from breathing problem.
Keep quiet, please.
After it, he forgot all the treatment given by others to him, the companions of his class, and he started giving CPR to him. And he saved his life also. Next day, when he entered in the school, all were appreciating Muthuswamy, that how we have actually treated Muthuswamy, but he forgotten everything, and they all were appreciating him. And finally, Muthuswamy became a hero, and from isolation, he moved to the happiness part. So the moral of the story is that until and unless you are not happy, you will not able to achieve any success in your life. So to get any success into the life, it is very important to get happy and to get familiar with our friends and companions. Thank you.
Thank you. In front, all of you, face in front.
His home. Plot is how to combat anger.
Third is conflict. Father wants to change the habit of his son. Resolution. The child realized his problem. Theme moral. And the title is, so we present a story based on these elements. The title of the story is Arrow and the Song.
Once there lived a young boy named Raju who would lose his temper very easily. Although Raju was very well behaved, whenever anything didn't work according to his will, he would get angry and say whatever came to his mind.
The father was worried and tried to think how to change his son's behavior. The father used to attend meditation classes, and when he was in the class, the Guruji noticed that he was distracted.
The Guruji asked the father the reason for his distraction. The father shared about his son's behavior. The Guruji asked Raju to bring him to him.
The next day, the father took Raju to Guruji. The Guruji gave Raju a big cardboard box, a box of nails and a hammer, and told him to fix a nail on the cardboard box whenever he was angry.
The Guruji asked the boy to come after a month. After a month, the boy took the cardboard box back to Guruji, and the Guruji asked him to take out all the nails from the cardboard box. And he asked, "What do you see on this cardboard box?" There were holes on that box. Now Guruji said, exactly when you say something in anger, the hurt gets embedded in that person's heart, and even if you take out that hurt, the holes or the hurt remains, the person remains wounded, and they do not forget what you have said in anger. So it is upon us whether to sing a song or to throw arrow from our using our words. And once, even if when you sing a song, it remains in the hearts forever, but when you say words as arrow, they remain embedded in the heart and keep on hurting the person. The child realized, and he said, okay, next time when I get angry, I will not say hurtful words, but I'll try to sing a song. Thank you.
Cockroaches, dried lizards, etc.
So the conflict of the story is that the boy was having a habit to collect these dead bodies of the butterflies, frogs and all those things, which were actually disgusting for the villages and the neighbors and all the playmates of him. So all the playmates and the neighbors, they were actually disliking him for this habit, and they found it disgusting.
So after that, the conclusion of this story is that one day the group of scientists visited the village and noticed his collection are found of useful for their scientific researches. They collected all the information from the child. They informed the Spartans about his work, and his work was
Texas, North America. Occupation of her husband, cell managing small firm.
The story, the conflict arises is the husband's earnings are not much up to the expectations of the wife.
Husbands get an invitation to attend a wedding party, boss wedding party. So she is very upset, irritated, as she is not having good dress, good ornaments, and she gets an idea to borrow dress and ornaments from her friends, and she goes to the party and she becomes center of attraction there, and she is excited. She is very happy during the party.
When they come back from the party,
Suddenly the rat fell down from the tree. The lion roared at the rat and said, "I will eat you. I have a good meal of today." The rat cried and requested, "Please leave me. I am too small to fulfill your hunger. If you leave me today, I promise you I will help you in some another day in your bad time." Lion smiled and replied, "You are too small to help me. I am a king of a jungle. You can't make me a fool, but still I'll leave you." After some days, a hunter came in the jungle and planned to catch a wild creature. The lion was And unfortunately, the lion caught into the trap. The lion was struggling to come out. Then a rat came after hearing the crying of lion. He started to help me and tried to cut the net through his pointed and sharp tip and freed the lion from the trap.
At last, the lion accepted that a small creature can do beyond his thinking. Don't ignore the ability of others.
The resolution of the story are: respect everyone, don't underestimate the ability of others. In class also we have to
areas as well.
social. I resolved that I, as a teacher, would never discriminate between a student with a special ability and be more considerate and inclusive. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Our topic is affection, and the meaning of affection is name. Our story name is The New Blue Dress.
The title of our story, as the ma'am said, The New Blue Dress. The characters are first a girl, her name is Angel. Second, her teacher, Miss Martha, and her parents. The setting of the story is a bond between a student and a teacher in a school. A plot. A girl looks unpleasant in her school uniform that bothers her teacher. She wants to change the situation. Conflict. The girl was humiliated every day for her appearance by her fellow classmates. So let's now listen to the story.
It is a story of a girl and a teacher of a school. Her name is Angel. She comes to school every day in a very dirty uniform because she is having only one uniform. Her hair always looked messy since many weeks the teacher was observing her that she was stricken by extreme poverty. Everyone makes fun of her every day. One day, her class teacher gifted a new blue dress to her affectionately. After wearing that dress, she looks very pretty. Everyone was shocked after seeing the beauty of that poor girl. By looking at her, her parents were
a boy named Rohan who was not good in studies, but he had one younger brother. His name was Rahul, and he used to always bully him and he used to make about him fun. That you are always bad, nobody used to talk with him, he used to be alone. But you can see now further how alone he made his name, and he was very big publisher in the end.
Rohan used to write in his diary when he was alone, but nobody knew about it. After a few years, when both the brothers finished their studies, Rohan couldn't have afford to get after the job. The person at Rohan's job was very famous publisher, and that moral of the story is, I think we should not believe in ourselves no matter what has changed.
So this was about the weightage. There is some confusion in it. So English teachers, it's better to check from the latest blueprint. That is why we have to enrich the vocabulary also, so that children don't repeat words. Every time they are denoting some action, they should use new words. Revision is an essential aspect of writing work on the feedback and revise. Revision, child should revise himself. Once
and it stresses the need to develop students' ability to plan, define a rhetorical problem, and propose and evaluate solutions. If we focus on the writing process, then we need to follow a series of steps. Step number 1. The selection of the topic by the teacher or the teacher and students. Remember to choose something that is more relevant for students to work with. You can brainstorm different ideas before deciding. Step number 2, pre-writing. We do this by collecting data, note-taking, outlining information. Basically, these are relevant notes about the topic we have chosen. Step number 3, composing. Getting ideas down on paper. This is the moment to start organizing the order of ideas you want to write down. Your students will need to propose a logical development of ideas and decide what should go first, next, and last. Step number 4, drafting. This is the first version.
और बोर्ड एग्जाम में हमारा एक अल्टीमेट गोल होता है बच्चा बेटर स्कोर करे. सो आपका हर पीरियड हर टॉपिक जब आप टीचिंग करने जाते हो तो आपके दिमाग में ये वाले गोल्स हर समय होना चाहिए कि जब मैं एक्सप्लेन कर रही हूँ कुछ भी चीज़, जब मैं क्रॉस क्वेश्चन करूँ तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि बस ये 2-4 बच्चे ही होने चाहिए, कि जो थोड़ा सा हेड वाले कॉग्निटिव समझते हैं उनका भी पार्टिसिपेशन हो, जिनको कुछ ड्रॉ करने में मज़ा आता है. In some schools I have seen one practice.
इंटरनल असेसमेंट कितने मार्क्स का होता है? बोर्ड 80 मार्क्स. हेल्थ एंड फिजिकल एजुकेशन, आर्ट एजुकेशन, डिसिप्लिन, इसके ग्रेड दिए जाते हैं. इंटरनल असेसमेंट 20 मार्क्स, इसको बाइफरकेट किया है. पीरियोडिक टेस्ट, मल्टीपल असेसमेंट 5 मार्क्स. तो 5 मार्क्स के देखिए 20 मार्क्स है इंटरनल असेसमेंट. क्लियर? एकदम प्री मिड टर्म, पोस्ट मिड टर्म, एवरेज ऑफ बेस्ट 2 फॉर फाइनल मार्क्स. स्ट्रेटजीज, क्विज, कॉन्सेप्ट मैप, पोस्टर प्रेजेंटेशन, रोल प्ले, जो आपने कल भी किया, आज भी किया. Then portfolio, classwork plus peer assessment, self assessment, achievements of students in the subject, reflection, narration, journals, and the subject enrichment activity that what we were seeing now. इसको क्लिक भी कर सकते हैं आप लोग. Assessment of listening and speaking. जब आपके स्कूल में अगर वो गलत रिपोर्ट कार्ड रखोगे हमेशा के लिए, भूलना नहीं, कभी भी किसी की बुराई नहीं करना जीवन में. That is also an art. It is a kind of art. कभी नहीं करना, कभी नहीं जीवन में किसी की बुराई नहीं करना. आज से गाल मार लो, महिला है तो साड़ी से, पुरुष है तो शर्ट से. कभी नहीं, कभी भी अच्छा ही बोलो. अपने मुंह से जो भी शब्द निकलेगा हमेशा अच्छा निकलेगा. हाँ लो, गाल मार लो कि मेरे मुंह से तो अच्छा ही निकलेगा, कोई भी हो. तो सी you will emerge a great teacher, a great person. किसी के साथ भी आपकी पटने लगेगी. You will become neutral, no enmity with anybody. A great personality you will emerge. And वहाँ से यहाँ आने में आपको समय ही नहीं लगेगा. Within a short span of time, I will be there. क्या आएगा? गाना ही आएगा, इको. और वहाँ गाली देके देखो, तो क्या आएगा? That's so simple. Life is the bundle of habits and behavior. I told you yesterday. Why we are here? There is a little difference. I told you yesterday. Knowledge आपको हमारे से ज़्यादा है. Personality भी आप लोगों की बहुत अच्छी है. But you are there due to this kind of things. आप लोग उलझ चुके हो, सुलझ जाइए. Come. You are the, very great people. You are the nation builders. हम लोग कुछ नहीं करते. उसने सुना भी, उसने समझा भी, या आपका ऑडियो उस तक पहुंचा भी. Whether he had listened or not, whether he comprehend the things or not. मतलब ये बच्चे का तो असेसमेंट ही है, आपका भी है. तो आपको 15 दिन में मतलब fortnightly you have to change your system of teaching, explanation. आपको बदलना है. आप अगर वही लेके चलोगे तो you are finished for that. आपको देखना है हर फोर्टनाइटली 15 डेज में 1 वीक में देखना है कि मैंने जिस स्ट्रेटजी से पढ़ाते जा रही थी ये बच्चों को कितने प्रतिशत समझा. भी देते हैं, असाइनमेंट भी देते हैं, बट वी फेल टू मेक द चाइल्ड ओनर ऑफ द लर्निंग. वंस यू रियलाइज द चाइल्ड, वंस यू मेक हिम क्लियर, भैया आपको ये लर्न करना पड़ेगा, समझना पड़ेगा. रटना नहीं है. देखिए रटना और लर्निंग में अंतर है. लर्निंग इज डिफरेंट थिंग.